angry guy here, and women are being shamed by foreign women. Guys, help me get to 100,000 subscribers by subscribing to the channel if you already have not done so. Like the video and turn on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Now let's begin. So we're gonna go ahead and just jump right into this comment that I actually received from a woman who was following my videos. And I warned that, a lot of these women who have chosen to get married, have children, and have traditional family values, especially foreign women, they were going to begin lashing out at American women, especially Black women who have been saying terrible things about them. Well, here's this email that I received, and it is absolutely scathing. I said this was going to happen. Now it's happening. Let's jump into it. Driving my husband to work, we found that a new saying is coming from women who are married to passport kings. Bees deserve stitches. So itches deserve stitches. I say this because if any one of these N-words with the hard ER, B's, F's with my husband or my children, they've never seen how vicious Asian women can become, because we will defend our husbands. Tooth and nail, we will defend our kings. M2 better be ready for a war from the real women who will fight back. I don't mean just Asian women. African women, European women, Middle Eastern women, and South American women. These are women who took up arms to fight and protect their villages and nations. I will say it. If some see American BFs with my husband, they better run. Because I will turn every Asian woman against that B. That's the vicious nature of Asian women. We may act quiet, but we are just as vicious as the men when it comes to defending our livelihood. Now, that was an extremely profanity-laced email that I received, and I warned you that these women were going to begin doing this. I warned you that their fury was eventually going to be felt. I said that these women, these foreign women, some of these women who are married to Black men, are going to start saying these horrible things directed at modern women and Black women who've spoken very nastily about them and have been very, very disrespectful to them. And I said that they will have a Black man sitting in the room as they're saying these terrible things about these women, about African American women, and these men will not correct them. They won't say, "Listen, baby, don't say those types of things." All right, I'm a Black man also, so when you say those things, they also hurt me. They're not doing this. They're not coming to Keisha's defense. They're not coming to Tyrone's defense. They know exactly what the women are doing. They want them to hurt these people. They want them to feel very little. They want them to shiver in fear. They want them to be traumatized. They want them to feel the type of misery that they have inflicted upon their communities for generations, not just years, not just decades, generations. They have destroyed their communities for generations. And now these people are furious that the men who are decent, the men who are hardworking, the men who are educated, dedicated, that are family orientated, are walking away from Western society, relationships in Western society, going overseas and doing better for themselves. And they're no longer going to be the cleanup crew for Tyrone and Keisha. They're no longer going to be the ones that are taken advantage of by the welfare state, by the family court system, by divorce court. They're not doing it anymore. They're done with these communities. They're done with these people. They're not out there marching for Tyrone anymore every time he ends up in trouble for something that he did wrong and he really needs to be punished for. They're not out here marching for him. They are looking the other way. I told y'all, there's a video I saw online from, I think it was Inside Edition. And the video is pretty darn interesting. Oh, is it interesting? Things are breaking down around us. Look at this video that I found of some police officers behaving badly. Because this is what Tyrone can expect times 10. Western society is breaking down. And I want you to see, there are many wonderful police officers out there. I believe that most police officers are exceptional individuals who work hard to protect our streets and our communities. But let's look at these guys.
How about a drink?
It's nasty, sickening behavior. Innocent people just standing there, getting slushies thrown at them from a passing car. And you won't believe who's throwing the drinks. They're uniformed police officers patrolling the streets of Louisville, Kentucky in an unmarked car. You can hear them yucking it up the entire time. They actually recorded their cruel antics and shared the video with some of their fellow cops. In this incident, a marked police car following them records a slushie hitting a pedestrian.
The outrageous attacks took place over 11 months in 2018 and 2019, but the video has only been obtained this week by the Courier-Journal newspaper following a Freedom of Information request. Locally, the scandal became known as Slushie-gate after at least 24 innocent civilians had slushies like this thrown at them.
The two officers in the undercover car were identified as Curtis Flynn, 40, and Brian Wilson, 36. They were members of an elite undercover drug task force. Both have pled guilty. Flynn was sentenced to 3 months. Wilson got 30 months. And it wasn't just slushies. The accused cops also seemed to take pleasure in driving through puddles, drenching people waiting at bus stops. The mayor of Louisville says the culture of the police department has changed and something like this could not happen again.
We've improved focus on supervision. Incidents like that will not be tolerated.
To protect and serve their city? Not even close.
So guys, this is pretty darn interesting. They're saying that the culture has changed. This happened over an 11-month period from 2018, 2019, and then we know what happened in 2020. Pretty much everything went dark in 2020, so nothing could really happen. Well, a lot of things happened in 2020, but you get the point. And they're saying that since then, the culture has changed. Guys, these types of men are out there. These types of men are out there in the streets. And when they run into Tyrone and Tyrone wants to get on his jazz and start misbehaving, they're not even going to stress out. They're just going to go to work. They're going to go to work, and there's no more black community to go and rescue this man. And, oh, you can't do this. You violated his rights. There's none of that. There's none of that. Nobody's going to come crying for this man. Keisha can cry all she wants. Keisha can cry her eyes out. The black men that have the money, that have the value, that have the influence, they're leaving. Many of them have already left. They've grabbed their passports, they've picked up, and they've gone. And these women and these men in these communities, they have nothing left. So now look at this. You have foreign women shaming them. And none of these black men are going to correct them. Of course, you'll have a couple that'll come out, a lot of Sims, of course, and a lot of Tyrones and Pookies and Ray Rays, because, of course, they're going to be upset and they're going to be all in their feelings. But the typical black man isn't coming out to correct them. The typical black man isn't coming out to say this is wrong. Typical black man is laughing to himself, giddy as hell. Giddy as hell. He's there like, tell him. You tell him, Ling Ling. You tell him. Because they don't care. They're overseas right now. Their belly is full. Their sack is empty. They're not worried about anything whatsoever. Okay? His lady can go, these Asian ladies can go and do whatever they want. They can go Oppenheimer for all he cares, because he's already moved out of that community. He's already left them behind. He's already started his new life with an Asian wife. So he doesn't care what happens to these people. They're not his people. That's the end of that. And that is the reality that these women are now going to have to live in. These women, these Tyrones, this is the reality they're going to have to live in. They created it for themselves. They made their beds. Now they're going to have to lay in it. And they don't like that because accountability is coming. And they're going to have to face accountability for all the terrible things that they have done in Western society. I warned you guys many years ago. I said nothing lasts forever, and the actions of these individuals carry consequences. And now that men are walking away, black men are walking away from these communities, all the focus is going to be on Tyrone. All the focus is going to be on Keisha. All the focus is going to be on little Daquan, who can't read and can't get off the streets. And now you're going to see that all of these people with single mother energy, because Keisha, she's a single mother. She's got that single mother energy. Okay? Tyrone, single mother energy. He was raised by a single mother. So he has that single mother energy. Daquan, little Daquan. Okay? He doesn't even have a daddy. So he was waiting for one of the passport kings to step up, one of the men walking away to step up, but they became passport kings and left. So now he's not going to even have that stepdad. He's not going to have that step up dad to take Tyrone's place and to raise him and teach him the things he needs to know for the future. He's not going to have him. He's not going to have that step up dad anymore to subsidize his living expenses and help his single mama along the way, and she keeps on getting pregnant with more kids from Tyrone while pretending that they belong to a hardworking black man that basically who is a simp getting into a relationship with this woman who doesn't even care about him. Never did. Guys, if you're enjoying my content, help me get to 100,000 subscribers by subscribing to the channel if you already didn't. Like the video and turn on notifications to never miss another video ever again. What do you guys think regarding everything we discussed here today? Women are being shamed by foreign women. I want to know your thoughts in the comments, so let's talk about them there. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.